Did you know that I believe that Bitcoin will go to $100 to $200 million per coin? Before you call me crazy, please listen up. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5 here in Dubai, right? This is recorded for later on. And I want to explain why I think Bitcoin is going to go to crazy highs. But before I do, right, I want to tell you about how Bitcoin works, right? There's fixed supply. Now, tell me, name something in our society right now that has a fixed supply, that has an absolute fixed supply. There's no more that could ever be produced. Can you think of anything? You could say, well, stocks, but that's not true because they can issue more stock. You could say, well, I guess gold, but they could always mine more gold. You could say, well, I guess land because, there's only so much land, but, they could just put some more sand into the water and create more land. So, yeah, there's not much out there. There's nothing I can think of, at least, that has a limited supply, a fixed supply. And of that fixed supply, well, what else out there where if you lose whatever supply you have permanently, you can never get back? I can't think of it, right? I mean, you can say, silver supply is dwindling fast, right? And this is a good asset to invest in because we've used it up in such a way that, in order for us to recover it, it'll cost, about $2,000, $3,000 an ounce in order for us to bother even recovering it. So that is an example of something that could be used as a monetary asset that can increase in value, but we can eventually get it back based on price. There is no price where if we lose the Bitcoins, will we be able to recover it? There's no price. Because once it's lost, once the keys are lost, that's it. It's gone forever. And they've estimated that there is around 3 million to 7 million Bitcoins that are lost forever, that will never come back. And so we see that we have an asset called Bitcoin that is clearly fixed in supply and they can't make any more. Yeah, you can say, well, they can make other cryptocurrencies. Yeah, they're not Bitcoin. So yeah, that's the difference, right? They're not Bitcoin. You can use them, you can buy them, no problem, right? But they're not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the ultimate asset to own because it stores your wealth for a long term because there is no way to change the ledger to say, well, DaVinci, you know what? We don't like you anymore because you are against our financial system. And so we're going to change the ledger because we know where your Bitcoins are and we're going to take that away from you. They can't do that. They can't do that. They can do that to your bank account. They can do that, right, to you. They can say, no, you can't use that any money at any bank anywhere in the world just because we don't like you. That's possible, right? You can't do that with Bitcoin. Right? So once people realize this concept and they realize that, wait a second here, let me get this straight. If I save my wealth in Bitcoin, not in dollars, not in gold, not in silver, but in Bitcoin, it will increase in value over time exponentially because they can't make any more. And they can't take it away from me. And I can travel with it anywhere and nobody knows I have it. And it takes people time to realize this concept. I get it. It takes people time. And some people will realize it in different ways. Right? People will realize that, well, wait a second, this Michael Saylor dude, what the hell is he doing? His stock is like going through the roof, and all he did was buy Bitcoin. His company's not doing anything different, just the Bitcoin. Maybe we should do that too. Yeah. Yeah. And so If you're just copying, somebody because they're successful and not realizing the fundamental reason why they're successful in buying Bitcoin, you could always end up buying it that way. But the reality in the end of the game is going to be where people will go, wait a second here. Everybody else is buying Bitcoin and the price is going higher and higher. And I don't understand why, but I got to buy. Or they might say, oh, I finally get it. Oh my God, what have I been doing? Why didn't I see this before? And they will rush in. And this is coming. This is coming. Everybody's going to rush into Bitcoin one day, all at once, and the price will go into bubble territories, meaning bubble territories of valuations that are unheard of and they'll never be seen again. Yes, even though I can predict that it will go to 100 million to 200 million, but it's not going to stay there. It's going to come back down somewhere around and settle in the dollar range, around $1 million to anywhere from $1 million to $10 million range. I think more around closer to the $10 million range. And that will be its real value. Now, at that point, you might say, well, isn't the dollar be gone by then? That might happen, right? Because the dollar might be gone during that process. I don't know for sure. And at the same time, but what I'm not saying dollars, meaning you will get $100 million or $200 million, because if the dollar is gone, it's irrelevant. So what you have to check it against prices. And so effectively what I say is you will be able to buy an A380. You'll be able to buy a used one, right? Or maybe even a new one, right? That's how high the valuation of one Bitcoin will get once people start to realize what it is, what it can do for them, and how they can use it. If you wait until that time, you will pay for it, right? By buying into that crazy frenzy. Because that frenzy is going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight, of course. It's not going to happen like over a month. It'll happen over a long period of time, such as a year, maybe even 2, this frenzy. And in that frenzy, you could say, well, Da Vinci told me that, yeah, I remember hearing that video and he told me I should not buy right now that it's at, $25 million. And I know he told me it's going to go to 100 million. So I shouldn't buy, but your fear and panic of missing out will kick in and you will buy at 25 million anyways. If you didn't do it today, and you'll be a part of the people who get burned in that run up, because that's coming. That's coming. Hopefully you understand that now the Bitcoin is money, and it is now is the time to buy. Now is the time to save in Bitcoin and wait for that day and hold it for that day when everybody goes crazy and loses their mind, because that's coming, right? That's happened many times in our history. Don't think this time's different just because we have global communications. The global communications is only going to tell people, look, what price is going higher and higher and higher. And this is going to push the price even faster than normal. So that's all it's going to do. Anyways, well, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you gained some value. Hopefully you got some Bitcoin. You continue to accumulate Bitcoin for that day when everybody and their mother wants Bitcoin, and the only way to get it out of the market is from you, instead of you being the one who's buying it from us. Hopefully that's not going to happen. Hopefully you are the one selling it when you realize that, hey, wait a minute, guys, you understand it's a little bit overpriced. But they won't care. They will be buying it anyways. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.